YouTube, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I'm at the 90, picking up an empty, dropped off and loaded. Got out another load. I got a deadhead 235 miles. I got 2 hours on my clock. So I'm going to try to get as close as I can, but the pickup's between 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock tonight. So I let my fleet manager's on vacation, so I'm working with some morning guy is good, night guy, I don't know. I pass no judgment. It's not bad. I told him, I said I can't commit to the load until I get a okay, because it's a dropping hook on both vans. But I'm not going to commit to a load having to be there by 6 o'clock when I have no more time. I'm not going to have any time. Another 2 hours will bring me to about 9 o'clock. I can't leave till 7. I need some time. Another thing happened to me today. I'm coming down, I'm in Ohio. I got to take a state route 22. Unbeknownst to me, all of a sudden I come up and the bridge I got to take is closed. Okay, now you start panicking, right? Like, all right, there's detour signs, detour. With the detour, it's over a bridge. Max weight is 5 tons. And it's got a low clearing bar, so it's only cars only, no trucks. So I went down about 3 miles before I find a place to turn around. Turn around, driving slowly. I'm 3 hours before my appointment. It's actually a dropping hook from midnight to 7 o'clock in the morning. So I turn around about 3 miles, come back up. I'm going east this time. And I see another sign that says Detour 22 West. I'm like, okay, great. So I follow the sign, Detour. Have you ever been on one of those roads and all of a sudden you're going down a road and it's a main road? Thank God it's 3 o'clock in the morning because there's nobody out there. And all of a sudden, they didn't know detour signs. Where are the signs? Somebody pulled them down? What's going on? So I went about another 4 miles. Found a place where I could pull over and say, what the F is going on? Now, I got to cross a river. I've got to actually cross the Ohio River to get from West Virginia into Ohio. And that bridge, 22, that takes you over there, is closed for road construction. There's another bridge, like I said, max 5 tons, and it's got a 10'8" height. It's the highest it'll go. They'll take. Otherwise, you rip off the top. So I'm looking, and I could take either two. I got to take 2 all the way back up to 70 to come get on 70 for one exit, and then come down 7. Each way is 35 miles, so it's 35 miles to 70 and 35 miles back to where 22 will finally meet up after the bridge. It's now, after all this time's passed, I've blown an hour and a half on my clock. I'm panicking. Like, this load's got to be there. What do I do? So I sent my night guy a message. Like, listen, I have a problem here. I can't get across the river because the bridge is closed, and all the other ways are it's truck restricted. So either one or 2 ways. I can either go all the way up, come all the way down, like I just explained, or it ain't getting delivered today. It ain't gonna be delivered on time. So I was like, do what you got to do. Keep me posted. I'm like, all right. Driving down a road, I'm like, this is ridiculous. How could they shut the bridge? How could they shut the only mode of transportation or carry of trucks into another state and completely shut it down and have no detour? I get it, it's West Virginia and Ohio. They're small little coal towns, and small little narrow roads. So I'm looking on the map, there's not, like I said, there's no bridges I can cross with a truck unless I go way up to 70. So I said, this is ridiculous. So I found the number for security I'm like, okay, I hope they answer. So I'm going through the prompts. Sure enough, the guy answers. I tell him my dilemma. I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm going 22 east. I'm going back up to 70. He's like, you don't have to do that. You turn around, and the bridge opens up at 6 o'clock. Because by the time you turn around, you come back down, the bridge will be open, and you'll be fine. Like, thank God that I made that phone call and not left it to my own devices, because my own devices would have been, you know, I gotta go 70 miles. I'm not gonna make it by 7 o'clock. And it's a produce load, so it's time sensitive. In fact, the guy came by and took the trailer already, put it in the door. It just goes to show you, you never know. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get a friggin' service failure on one of the last trip. Well, I got another trip coming before I surrender my truck. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This is not happening to me. But like I said, I made the phone call. The guy said, relax, don't panic, just turn around. You get there before 6, just hang out on the side. Which I've seen other trucks doing. I didn't know what the trucks were there for. I thought maybe they were just there taking their 10 hour. I realized it was, now it makes sense, the reason why they were sitting there. They were just waiting for the bridge to open. So one of two things could happen there. Guys, if you see that, if it ever happens to you, first thing you do is panic. Second thing you do is look for a phone number. Hopefully they answer, right? I got lucky. I don't mean panic, I'm only kidding. But I was panicking. I was a little late, like, oh my God, I'm going to be freaking late. I can't believe it. What I was going to do, something told me to stop along the side of the road and knock on the guy's window and say, hey, listen, what are you guys here for? What are you waiting for? Or do you know what time it opens? In this case, the bridge. And I didn't. And a little voice told me, pull over and ask these guys. Somebody's got to know. Somebody's got to know something. So I actually tried stopping at a Marathon gas station. And this is like 3:30. This is like 4:30 in the morning. And there was nobody in Marathon. So I'm like, all right. But what turned out to be an almost disaster. And I'm sure I probably wouldn't have gotten a service failure because, hey, listen, it's not my fault that they closed the bridge, right? It does happen. It closes the bridge. For night construction, I get it. So I'm still debating whether or not I got a service failure. The long and story, it's over with. But the moral to the story is, listen, when you think you're in a bind, there's always a solution to get out of the bind. And when I say don't react on emotion, you can't help it. But when you're in that circumstance, that your emotion flies off the handle. You panic. You're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. There has to be a solution. And if you search a little hard, if you search a little bit, you'll come to a conclusion or a scenario which will save your butt. You know, like I said, always keep in touch. As soon as I knew the second detour that I had to turn around twice, I knew something wasn't right. I knew, like, all right, I'm in trouble here. And I did look at the map. I did have Google open. I expanded it, and I saw that I had to go way up to 70 and come back down. Really didn't want to put 70 miles on. It would totally killed my time, and I would have been late. So if you search hard enough, there is a solution. There is a solution. So, all right, Big H. This guy ain't moving too fast. Well, sales not getting back to him, so you know, I want to commit to the load, but I don't want to be held liable for me not showing up. There's no way I can show up by that time. All right, I'm gonna make a. Anyway, I've got to contact this fleet manager. This has been like 20 minutes. Should have gotten an answer like, yeah, we'll expand it. If you can't do it, then take me off the load. No worries. All right, later, folks.